Hello, welcome to Ephemeraphiles by Tomi. I went to edit my video for today, which is for the first week of hashtag J and C Fall 2022, a collaboration between DearJulieJulie and Cara Brandon Creations and all of us that they are calling Fabulous Fawns. And as I went to edit the video, showing how I created things from the 2 sheets that they gave us for the first week, I realized my TV was on in the background and it was playing music, and I didn't know if that music would be copyrighted or not. So when I'm showing you how I'm making things, there will not be me talking, so there may be some odd hand movements and such, not like there aren't usually anyway, but these won't have any sound to go with them to give you some context. I am going to try to take care of part of that in this video that I'm adding in. So here are the things that I made for the first hashtag J and C Fall 2022. And I will have all of that information linked in the description box. So here we go. Here are the 3 things that I made. And I will go through them one by one and kind of explain the making of it, so that hopefully the video that goes along with showing the making makes a little bit more sense. I hope anyway. Oh goodness, the things that you forget to do when you're trying to do things. All right, so let me set these to the side and I will make the little description video for each one of them, and then I'll show you the making. This is the first creation that I made, and I used this from Julie's page, and instead of cutting it apart on this line, I kept it together and folded it and just inked around all of the edges because I wanted to make another page hugger. I really like those. Now this one's not complete because it doesn't have the paper clips in it, the backing paper, any of that, but I did want to go ahead and use the things in the kit. So I made a pocket out of the sheet music. I made this card out of some handmade paper that has dried leaves in it, that I think some of which resembled feathers as well. And I added this card and I folded the plaid in half to make a tab, and it slides right in to this pocket here behind the music. And I added this die cut feather that I had. For this side, I mounted the postcard on another piece of that same paper that has the dried leaves and stuff in it. I popped up the moth on some cardboard, some corrugated cardboard that I had in my scrap bin, and then I cut out around the edges of the sunflower so I could slide this up and it would be pretty well centered without covering up the sunflower. And then to finish it, I will take 2 paper clips and do like a hidden paper clip type thing to make it a page hugger so that it'll slide on to a sheet of paper like this. And then you can see it from both sides. And that is project 1, and here is how I made it. This is project 2, and I used another piece of handmade paper. This one is different than what I used on the other 2. But you can see the little tiny fibers and tiny leaves and some grass, and it has this really, really rough edge on it. And I don't know why this bothered me, but I didn't want the blooming dogwood in my fall journal because they bloom in the spring. And this was a cute card, and I think that it got included because it mentioned squirrels on it, but it was mostly about hamsters, which I don't think of as a fall animal. So sorry, Cara. But I was able to create a collage on here. This is a washi sticker of this goldenrod that I pulled from my own stash. And I was able to use everything. You can still see everything. And I thought it turned out pretty cute. And I like it enough that I may make it just a flap. I may just make a tip in so that you can write behind it, and then you don't lose this background here. And so that is project 2, and here is how I made it. And here's the third project. What I had left was the roe deer, and I think that this one was Julie's. I'm not sure who this one belonged to now. I think it was Julie. And these two were the ladies from Cara's side, and I couldn't, the ladies, one of them said dress for autumn or something, but with the way that I wanted to go with my journal that I'm going to make to incorporate all these things, I couldn't get the ladies to fit into it. I'm just not creative enough for that one, I guess. So what I did was I turned this one lady upside down because I thought that this part of her dress looked like those shelf mushrooms that you see growing on the sides of trees. I'll see if I can find a photo and insert it right here so you can see what I'm talking about. And this lady, I just showed the top of her hat that had all the feathers on it. This is another washi sticker from my collection, and I cut it right about here so that I could use another part up here, and you can see a little piece of it sticking out here as well. And this is yet a third kind of that handmade paper. This one has more grasses and dried straw looking pieces in it. And I don't know what I'm going to make out of that yet, but right now it's a note card flip. And here is how I made this. So these are my pieces using the 2 sheets for week 1 of the hashtag J&C Fall 2022. Thank you for joining me today. Thank you for your patience with all my mistakes and having to have the video kind of chopped together. Hopefully it was pretty smooth. And as always, be kind. Bye, everybody.